Good morning. Happy Sunday morning, everybody. Welcome to my show, my little corner of the universe here in Hartford, Wisconsin. And yeah, what a crazy time. I'm back. I'm back in the saddle. I'm cold. I'm wearing a hoodie in summer. So don't try to rid me too bad for that. But I've generally been cold. I've been cold in the office lately a lot. But we're here. The arcade's fired up and ready to go. It seems like I haven't been down here in like 2 weeks. That's how crazy my life has been. Last weekend, as you all know, I couldn't do a stream because unfortunately we had a seriously major project going on at work that actually took a lot more time and energy than I thought it would. And so I would not have been able to do a show had I tried to squeeze it in anyway. I was in my home office upstairs pretty much from 6 a.m. until actually 5 a.m. until 6 p.m. on last Sunday. So I was busy. So I'm glad you're all here. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. Hopefully the audio stuff is working, because I swear I came down here to fire up everything for the stream and I'm like, oh crap, I don't remember how to do that. I don't remember how to do that. So you guys will let me know if I'm not coming through very well. But yeah, a lot has happened in the 2 weeks since we last chatted, I guess. I'm not going to touch on everything because number one, I have no short-term memory and probably can't remember all of it. So my brother likes to say I have CRS, and those of you probably know what that means. I can't remember shit. So there's a few biggies that are going on right now. So first of all, before we even get into topics of discussion, let's say hi to everybody that's here. Mike Hawkhurst is here. Welcome, Mike. Good to see you. Stock Jock is here. Welcome, buddy. Appreciate it. I understand fully. I haven't mowed the lawn yet. We got a lot of rain. We've been getting a lot of rain the last week or so. As you all know, we've gone through some flooding in this area. I have been very fortunate. Hadn't had a drop of water in my basement. Knock on wood. So, yeah, chores. I don't like them either. So I'm kind of taking it easy today. I'll get into that in a second. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate the support. I really do. Ted Adam Green is here. Welcome, Ted. Appreciate it. Good to see you. What else? Hockey Town Arcade is here. Good to see you. Good to see you. Welcome. Gramps Arcade is also here. I appreciate you guys stopping by to say hey. I don't have much today. There's been a few things I've wanted to do, but I haven't been able to get to them. I did buy the Firehouse 4KP game, and I love it. I love the music. I love the art of the table, and I love how the table plays. So I think one of my short-term goals, I think, is to probably try and get some sort of pinball setup going where I can actually shoot uh, pinball releases over the 4KP. I know a lot of people have their pinball setups. A lot of people use like clothes hangers, portable clothes hangers, and that kind of slide over the table, and then they'll aim cameras down at the table from it. And I've got a couple of ideas, but I'd like to put together some sort of cheap harness or pinball setup that I can actually shoot playing pinball. We'll work on it. VR, I've not been in VR a whole lot, actually, hardly any. The first time I got into VR after 2 weeks was day before yesterday. I spent some time in there and I updated both Walkabout Miniature Golf and Pinball FX VR because they both had required updates. The Walkabout Golf was pretty hefty. It was, if I remember correctly, like 6 gigabytes, so it was huge. And I also went out and bought the Tokyo course. Not a fan of the Tokyo course. It's technical, and I got frustrated on a couple of holes. Some holes I actually did really well. I got a hole in one on one, but still finished with a +5 on the Walkabout Golf. So, speaking of Walkabout Golf, I understand that P-Dubs is running a tournament out of his Discord. I saw the message this morning. He's running a couple of tournaments, but that's one of them. And I kind of like to participate, but my hours are so skewed, so weird that I don't know how am I going to be able to how am I going to be able to arrange a time with somebody else to get the match played, because I have such limited time during the week, and on the weekends my time is well spent already. So yeah, I'd love to participate. I just don't know if I can. So check that out on PW's Discord channel. I don't have any links. He did also do a Facebook post about it as well. So go ahead and catch up. Let's see. Hey, that's pretty good. Congrats, Grams. I know that PD7 got his hands on the Star Wars Stern Home Edition in Costco, and he seemed to be pretty impressed with it. But if it went down below 3,000, I think I'd probably jump on it. So we'll wait and see if Costco does any price drops on it. So let's see. I am sore as hell right now. Today is a rest day for me. Workout wise, I did not go to the gym. As you all know, I'm training for the Air Force Marathon in third week of September. So I'm in the late stages of training, and what does that mean for a guy training for a marathon? I'm doing high mileage now. And yesterday, we had some uncertain weather, so I was kind of forced to move my training run inside on the treadmill. And yesterday I ran 20 miles on the treadmill in the gym, and it didn't go very well. So I'm a little, the 2 previous workouts before that, I had awesome workouts, awesome runs. I felt great. Then I hit this 20 miles, and I was doing okay for the first 6 miles. And then some guy gets on a treadmill next to me with the worst vodka BO I have ever smelled. And trust me, folks, I know what vodka BO is because I lived with an alcoholic for many years. So it's not a good smell, and it nauseated me. It took my mind out of the long run game, and it lasted for another 6 miles. So about mile 12, the gentleman got off the treadmill next to me, and the smell went away. So I kind of recovered after that, but then I hit mile 16, and my calves were screaming bloody murder at me and cramping and all that fun stuff. And so it left me, the run yesterday left me with thinking maybe I bit off more than I can chew. And I was reminded by some running friends yesterday that, training is training. The race is the real thing. So when you show up on race day, you will do well. That's what they were trying to encourage me, throw some encouragement my way. And I really appreciated that. So Yeah, I have two 20-mile runs. I have 20-mile yesterday. This coming week is kind of a step back week for me. So next Saturday's mileage will only be 12. And then I have my second and last 20-mile run the week after that. So in 2 weeks, I'll be doing another 20-miler. And I hope to do that one outside. So that's where I'm at with that. I'm 5 weeks away from the marathon now, and things are getting pretty ramped up here. Anywho, Stock Check says you just need to invest in a Skycam for your basement and pinball. They have them on Amazon for a couple of $100. Skycam, interesting. I will make a note of that and look at that later. I would need to find some sort of mount for the camera as well. I don't know if that comes with it. We'll check it out later. Mike Hockert says, I'm assuming he's talking about the Star Wars pinball I just mentioned. Yeah, so we'll see. I haven't been in my Costco in a while because they're doing some major road construction on that stretch of highway, and it's a pain in the ass to get to. So I haven't been in my Costco in weeks. So I'd like to get there just so I could see if they have the Star Wars pinball and if they've marked it down yet. Well, I'll check out that camera. Thanks for the suggestion. It's been a while since I've upgraded the tech for the stream and such. So I'd kind of like to do something, kind of shake things up. I like doing some things new. This past couple of days at work days that I've done, I've actually had some time set aside to play with some new technology, and it's fun. When you're in the IT field, you always like to stay fresh and keep up on some of the new stuff. And I actually got to play around with something I've been kind of wanting to do for a while, but haven't, and it was fun. It was a fun couple of days. Frustrating, and the reason why it's frustrating is because I was utilizing AI, both Chat GPT and Gemini, which is Google's answer to AI, and so I thought, well, let's see how good AI is at this stuff. So I had AI work with me on creating something that's database driven, and got frustrated with AI because AI, while it's good and it's awesome, what I've found in my limited experience with it is that um, it doesn't train very well. Well, at least in the specific instance that I was working with it on, it would change something, and then when I would execute the process, it would throw errors, and then it would have me, oh, okay, I know what that. It would say, oh, I know what that error is. Let's do this. So we'd change it and we'd do it the different way, and then I'd run it and I'd get another error, and then where AI failed me is it would say, okay, well, we need to do this, which is actually reverting back to the change before. And I actually, towards the end of the days, yeah, Friday, started yelling at AI. I started losing my patience. I started saying, "Look, dude, you already told me to do this like 2 iterations of code ago, and now you want me to do it again." And God bless AI. Its response was, you're right. It actually said, you're right. I get your frustration. It said that to me. So, like, well, if you know it, then fix it. Don't keep no, sorry about that. Don't keep reverting back to what we were doing that was already wrong in the first place. So my experience with AI is it's got a ways to go. So it's still in some of the snippet of code that I've used it for, just because I'm lazy and I didn't want to take the time to write it myself and I wanted to do it quickly. Some of those instances, it has really come through, and for this complicated thing that I wanted to do on Thursday and Friday, it struggled. It really did. So we're not quite there yet with it. I'm going to be picking up on Monday if I can, if I have time to try and um, see if AI will carry me through, but we'll see. Anywho, arcade related stuff. As you can see, the arcade is fired up and ready to go behind me. I've been playing a lot of pinball lately, trying to stay up to date on all of the new tables coming out. I did buy the new Williams pack in Pinball FX VR, which added another room, which that room is getting, or that arcade is getting so big in Pinball FX VR now. I played Pinbot, and I also played a round of, the name escapes me. I didn't play all three. I just played two of them. Pinbot was one of them, and the other one was the high scoring one, which I actually got the high score for, and I'm sure I'm not now. I'm sure somebody's blown my score out of the water already. But so I've been playing a lot of pinball, both there and on the 4KP. As I said, I downloaded the Firehouse table. Love it. You guys should check it out if you can. It's $8. So I love the music in it. I just love the entire table. I love it so much. I have it running right now on my Peanuts back there. So Who Done It? That's the name of the table I'm talking about. I actually really love that table. So if you guys haven't checked out the latest Williams pinball pack, I believe it's number 9. Please do so. I believe it's available for the 4KP, although I haven't downloaded it for the 4KP yet. What else? So I have some things on order for the arcade, but they're taking a while. I do have Build-A-Cade, a couple of Build-A-Cade kits to do, but I don't have artwork for them. I ordered them through Joe Zabel, and as you all know, it takes a while for Joe Zabel to produce. So I'm still waiting on that to come in. What I have decided to do is get rid of the Pong Pub Table. So you all can, I know I said in the description of the video, I would like you guys to help me with that decision, but I think I'm 80% there already. It doesn't get any playtime. I love it. I love the look of it. Maybe I can hang on to it until I really need to get rid of it, but right now I think I'm thinking about setting it aside. I'd love to get Time Crisis. I'd love to get a Fast and the Furious. I'd probably get Fast and the Furious first. So no planned purchases at this moment, but I'm kind of thinking about getting Fast and Furious in here because I don't have a driving cab, and I'd probably go through the whole buy stuff arcades mods to it once I get it. So I do have both the GRS Fuck You edition, FU edition coming. The Kickstarter for that is now 7 days out. So 7 days from now, the Kickstarter will close, and then I assume everybody's credit cards are going to get charged, including mine. So I've also got a GI Joel Buildchoice cabinet coming. So I'm looking forward to that. Mike Hawk is asking a question here. Do I use Pies or do I use Viper? I have the Viper in one of my Build-A-Cades. The rest are all Pi 3s. And for the era of games that I play, which are early 80s retro games, the Pi 3 is all I ever need, and I can usually get them for cheap from Micro Center. Whenever I take trips to Indianapolis, I always stop off at a Micro Center because we don't have one here. And I pick them up for like $35 a piece. So out of the 11 Build-A-Cades I have, 10 of them are Pi 3s, and only one of them is the Viper. So I bought the Viper because I wanted to start getting used to arcade. And I also have Legends Unchained running on my At Games Legend upstairs that has the arcade operating system. So I've been trying to come up to speed with Arcade because we're going to have that OS when Glenn's FU edition comes to us. Gramps has a question. For someone who has yet to work with Raspberry Pi, what do you recommend I do or watch to build my software for my DK Build-A-Cade unit? Okay, so Glenn pretty much walks you through the whole process of putting together a Build-A-Cade with a Pi. There are a couple of other videos out there. None come to mind right off the top of my head. And I've done videos or done live streams on putting together a Build-A-Cade, but here's the general concept. So you've got your Pi, you put that in your Build-A-Cade when you build it, and you've got your SD card. What you can do, Glenn's documentation is awesome. You go through the install process of his OS. It puts the one game on there, Robbie Roto, that's open. I don't want to say open source. Maybe it is open source, but he's able to include Robbie Roto on his OS. But once you get going with the OS, then it just becomes a matter of logging or browsing over to the Pi across your network and dropping in ROMs that you want. I don't know of anybody that has a Build-A-Cade image that you can use to get started right away. What I have done for my setup over here right next to me is I do have an image that I created for the Build-A-Cade, and then I'll just copy that image every time I have a new Build-A-Cade, and then I'll change the startup ROM to whatever the artwork of the cabinet is. So and you'll see that in some of my live streams. Just go back and watch one of my old live streams of a Build-A-Cade build, and a couple of them I might have even gone through the process of a complete setup, maybe one of the first ones. Ted, this is probably one of the reasons why I want to get rid of it. I got all this floor space now in the middle, but it's not really hurting anything right now, but it does take up a lot of space. So I'm kind of thinking that's going to be my primary reason. I considered a number of factors. One was nostalgia. I do have a lot of nostalgia for the Pong game itself. Not so much for any of the other games other than Tempest, but I have a Tempest next to the Tron back there. You can't see it behind my big head, but I don't know. The pub table configuration of it. It was a novelty. I got it on the cheap. It was on sale. It's like 150 or $200, I think I got it for. I don't. Yeah. All it's doing is holding up stuff at this point. It's like the treadmill in your bedroom. All you do is you wind up throwing clothes on it, and it becomes a clothes hanger. Well, the Pong Pub table is starting to hold junk on it, and I don't want that. So I want it to go somewhere where it would be further appreciated and loved. So I'll probably post it to Marketplace. I'll give it a week. I'll stew on it. Yeah, I've got a couple of ideas what I'm going to do there. I have on the shelf behind the arcade here. It's not out anywhere, but I have a Countercade Miss Pac-Man that I modded and put a Raspberry Pi 3 in with, I believe it was the Scoonie image. Those of you that have been out there and seen some of the images that some people have made, the Scoonie image is considered one of the more popular ones. So I might take that from the Miss Pac-Man, or maybe even just copy the ROM, because I have 4 Raspberry Pi 3s just laying around here that I can do whatever I want with. So the version I bought of GI Joel's cabinet was the version that comes with a Pi mount with it. So or I added on that, I believe. So I could probably figure that out for you if I spent a little time with it. It's probably just a matter of removing the video from the folder on the image. Um, I'll play with that sometime in the near future. See if I can't nail that down for you. While we're talking about the GRS FU edition and the GI Joel Glintendo, let's pop over real quick. This is one of the things I wanted to do for the show today. How many of you have bought either one of these things, the FU edition or the GI Joel cabinet? Let me know in the chat. But this is where things stand with the GRS Build-A-Cade FU edition today. He's almost hit $500,000. Definitely surpassed by a long shot his goal of 200,000. So congrats to Glenn and company. 250 backers, and there's 7 days to go. So you have 7 days to decide what's if you want what's left. And if we take a look and we go down, where did my scrollability go here? There we go. There's the thing. All right. So if we scroll down here, the Super Early Bird 19-inch edition, which includes the 19-inch rotating screen, and you'll get a GRS Build-A-Cade 1/6 scale edition with it for $9.99. There's 31 of those left. So if you're on the fence, you've still got time. The Super Early Bird Build-A-Cade 26-inch. So then the 26-inch, he's still got 38 of those left. So if you want to jump in on the 26-inch screen, non-rotating edition, by all means, you've got time. There's 38 there. Some of these are sold out, but like the Early Bird Build-A-Cade FU 19-inch edition, there's only one backer of this, according to this. And there's no indication of how many are left. I'm wondering if this is one of the options that got sold out. I don't know. Same thing with the Early Bird Build-A-Cade 26-inch screen edition. Click on details, see what it says. We already looked at the Super Early Bird. So scrolling down, I think maybe the Early Birds are gone. The Mega Pack, there are 11 left of the 19-inch Mega Pack, which gets you the control panels, the Glintendo add-on to turn it into a Glintendo. For the 26-inch Mega Pack, there's 7 left. And then the Super Mega Cabinet Pack, there's still 37 of those left. So only 13 folks have jumped in on getting both the 19-inch and the 26-inch. So some of these offerings that he had are gone, but you still have time. You still have time. You have 7 days to decide whether you want one of these packs. And I'm looking forward to mine. The one I got was the having trouble navigating the page. The one I got was the this one, the Mega Pack Build-A-Cade FU 19-inch edition with all of the panels and the hood. So I'm one of the backers of this particular one. I'm one of the 39 backers here. So I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to shipping. Now, if we jump over to the Build-A-Choice, as I understand it, the Intech Control Deck version, the PlayChoice 10, are all sold out. So you're out of luck if you wanted this one. Hopefully he'll get those out for you guys. Those of you that bought, I think he only had 10. So, but this is the one that I'm getting. I'm getting a orange skinned one for Donkey Kong Jr. Thought about picking up a second one, but I'm just going to wait and see how the first one turns out before I do the second one. And then, so he's got, let's see. He only says there's a few left. I don't know exactly how many he has left. So anyway, I'm really, this is the one I'm really looking forward to a small time community member that does great work from what everybody tells me. This is my first purchase from him, so I wish Glenn, or I wish GI Joel all the luck in the world. So, but yeah. Oh, there's only one left. Okay, thanks, Stock Jock. That's surprised he didn't put that here, but there's only one. So if I'm going to get a second one, I'll probably wait until he does another round. Gramps says he plans to build a Popeyes cab. A lot of people, apparently, I think even P-Dubs is doing a Popeye cab for his. But I wanted to do something that really hit home for me, and that's I spent a lot of quarters on Donkey Kong Jr. So that's the one I'm excited about. If I were to do a second one, it would probably be a Popeye, and then I would take the FU edition from Glenn and turn that into a Donkey Kong. Yeah, thanks for you sent that to me elsewhere, maybe in Discord. Yeah, I think it was a comment in Discord. You let me in on Sticker Smith. Last time I was out on Sticker Smith, though, let's go out there. I remember. There we go. Does he have a complete or a category just for the GI Joel stuff? Let me know. Or do you just have to message him and let him know that it's for a build choice? Yeah, I don't see a specific product category just for the Build-A-Cade or build choice cabinets. All right, so just email him what we have. Okay. All right. And he's got a contact page on his website. So yeah, go to stickersmitharcade.com for those of you that have the build choice coming. I would like to get this artwork ordered as soon as possible. I probably should. Let's I'll do that later. I'll send him drop him a note later. What else did I want to talk about? Now, Stock Jock, is Joel going to do the control panel artwork for us, or is that something else we have to do? I'm curious. Well, actually, I had nothing else in the video description that I wanted to do. It's going to be a short show, no matter what, guys. I missed you guys. I wasn't able to be here, so. Mike Hawkhurst is already ordered. Okay. So there's a 4-piece kit. I assume both sides of the cabinet, the marquee. Okay. Stock Shot confirms that that Joel is doing the control panel art. So, 1, 2. Oh, bezel artwork. So yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Your marquee, your side art, and your bezel art. So GI Joel apparently is taking care of the control panel, so you're probably good. All right. Well, I'm going to email and get on Stickersmith's list for the Donkey Kong Jr. art because I'd love it for them to come in. Love for the art to come in before the cabinet, so I have everything here. There we go. Yep. Anybody find anything interesting on our marketplace? The marketplace here in the Milwaukee area is pretty dead. There's not really much in there I've been interested in. There was a Burger Time that popped up, but it went away real quick. It was for $800. Didn't last long. Somebody got it. There is a cabinet for $300. I won't mention it because I know some of you are from the southeastern Wisconsin area, and I don't want you to steal it from me. I would pay $250 for it if the guy will take it. So I've been seriously considering about reaching out to the gentleman and see if he'd take $250 for it. But it has damage to the T-molding and side panel, just not near as much as I had on the Burger Time that I had, but just a little ding on the front, and then there's a scratch on the front riser panel of the cabinet as well. So been thinking about asking if he'll take $250 for that because I'd love to have that cabinet in my collection in this arcade. So something I'm thinking about. I'm also thinking about I have this 20% educators discount through Target that I get every August, and the only cabinet that discount will work with on Target's website is Mortal Kombat. So I can pick up a Mortal Kombat Deluxe for around $350 if I wanted to, new in box. And that's I want to say I had Mortal Kombat Deluxe in the arcade a couple years ago. But I think I got that from Synergy for like $200 or $250. I can't remember. So I got it a lot cheaper than this would cost me, but been thinking about it. I don't want to spend an educator's discount just for the sake of spending an educator's discount because I get it. And it only lasts to the end of August. So I've got about 13 days to decide whether or not to actually use this discount. They do have Time Crisis, but it's sold through Spreetail, and you can't use that 20% discount with Spreetail sold cabs. So I would jump on Time Crisis if they'd let me take 20% off of it, but Target's website is weird. It won't let you do that. I won't let you do it for the Galaga they're selling or the Street Fighter HS5 either. So no, it's not Gorf. I still have my eye on a real Gorf machine. If one comes up, I'll probably get it. As you all know, I recently acquired a truck, so I've got a means to get it here. So I just haven't pulled the trigger yet. So we'll see. No, this cabinet is a risered arcade one-up cabinet. It was kind of a limited run of them. So, and I don't believe it has Wi-Fi. I believe it's just a standalone legacy type cabinet. Very limited, and sold in big box stores or sold in warehouse stores like Costco, or I think it was Sam's Club. Actually, this one was in. So, but yeah, he's wanting 300 for it. Hey, welcome, DB Me. Appreciate it. Good to be back. I don't want to come on. I don't want to do these streams just for the sake of doing these streams. I feel like I'm stealing time away from you guys when I do that. So this is more or less a chit chat, chillin' chat, whatever you want to call it. I don't have anything to do, no mods to do. My time lately, it being summer, I'm sure all of you are busy as well. But with this training going on and with work has been nuts because I work for an educational institution. And as you guys know, or that are involved in education know, August is probably the beginning of August is like the worst time of year for those of us in IT because we're constantly trying to, people are coming at us wanting to implement new things within 2 weeks before the semester starts. So it's just been a crazy time at work. So we had a major project last weekend, which was the only time we could do it that the college would let us do it. So yeah, it's just I miss doing this because I have fun doing it. As I said, I kind of forgot how to do it a little bit because I've been gone a lot. You know, I've been with the trips to Indianapolis and the work related things that I have to go through. So good to be back. Good to be back. I would like to get involved in some playing of walkabout mini golf with some folks. If we could just work it out. I don't know. I'll put my times availability or put my availability out there, I guess, in the Discord. Maybe the Arcades Anonymous Discord, just see who is available. But I really like to play a round of walkabout mini golf. The other game in VR I really enjoy is the bowling game. I love that game. Although, you know, I cleared all this space in the middle here, and maybe I'm just not up to speed on all of the VR settings that I need to hit, but I'm constantly coming out of the boundary when I'm a bowler, so I like to walk up to the line and throw. So, and I've got enough room down here to do that, but when I step out of the circle, that's, you know, what do they call that? The boundary. When I step out of the boundary, then of course now I'm seeing my arcade in front of me because I've stepped out of the virtual realm and now looking at the real realm. So I've got to figure out a way to adjust the boundaries so that I can stay within the bowling lane. Because it freaks me out and I wind up throwing a gutter ball when that happens. So that's interesting news. See, we don't have an Ocean State job lot here. Peasant version, though. Yeah, busy time of year for those of us involved in education. It really is. So anyway, I would love to talk about over my shoulder here in the corner. You guys can probably see Moon Patrol back there running on my TV. I bought one of those super boxes that you can buy. This particular gentleman that put these together, he does a superb, meticulous job at assembling the collection. And I'm thinking about putting I just upgraded from version 2 to version 3 of his box. And it's just an amazing collection of various. It even has the old ASCII Star Trek on there as a DOS-based game. I remember it on a TRS-80, but those of you that had TRS-80s, I'm looking at you, Stock Jock. I think you know what a TRS-80 is. There was a basic version, a game written in BASIC called Star Trek that was it originated from Dartmouth University back in the day. And I remember typing that code in from scratch from a book. It's a yellow book on basic games. And it was just an amazing ASCII-based game that I have a lot of nostalgia for, and it's on this collection back here. So I consider it to be probably the best mass collection of arcade games and console games that you could ever find. And he prides himself on his detail, his attention to detail. There's no duplicates on this particular collection. I don't want to. Where I found this is on Facebook, and I will just mention the name Retro Games Fan. So seek out Retro Games Fan, the group. There's both a group and a user named Retro Games Fan. The user runs the group. So remember that name, Retro Games Fan. And he's very particular about how you order from him. So make sure you read, if you go to that group and you add that group in Facebook, make sure you just read all the rules, because he does not suffer what he calls fools. If you ask a stupid question, he'll probably block you. So anyway, yeah, I agree. I agree, they be me. That's how I'm playing now, but I'm so used to doing the approach, as most bowlers are, that I want to do that approach. And if you're playing VR bowling and have other people in the room, other VR players, some of them are doing that. And I'm scratching my head thinking, well, how are they able to approach the lane and I'm not? Why am I limited to the circle? So I don't know. And maybe I need to do some Googling and figure out if somebody's figured it out. I've never played Zork. I've heard of it. I've seen the advertising for it, but I've never played it. And I never owned a Commodore 64. But I've played on a few, in my trips to the mall here and there. I've experimented on a Commodore 64, but never had it. There is just to let you know, on that box that I just mentioned to you, there is a Commodore 64 menu. So there are games for the Commodore 64. I haven't looked to see if Zork's on there. I'll bet it is. Let's see. I would like to cover up this window over my shoulder here. Cornercade's been after me to put blackout curtains on there, so maybe that's something I'll do. Is try to change the look. Take a look at the entire arcade here. Let's go to camera one. Camera. You can't really see it. It's kind of dark in here right now because I'm doing the show, but there's a window dead center above the Legends HD, and then there's another window over here behind the Pac-Mans and the Galaga. But I don't really want to put like curtains that'll cover up this new Pac-Man LED display I just put in between the Golden Tee and the Galaga. So Zero wants to know about the signs. So let's go back to camera 2. All right, so the sign, the Quarterdeck Arcade, established 2021, was obtained by a website called, let's bring that website up. And Cornercade actually turned me on to these people. It's an Etsy website, and the company is Neon Chili, and they're out of Palm Bay, Florida, but they have various pre-made LED options out there for you. And I forget the option that I chose. There was an option. I had to go to a custom option, and then I told him what I wanted, and through a few chat sessions, he, you know, we got to a final design, and then he gave me the cost, and then I Venmoed him the money, and then it came real quick. 2 weeks later, it was shipped to me. So that's where that sign came from. These are the people. Neon Chili on Etsy. So mark that down. If you're interested in getting one of those fine arcade signs that you see in my arcade now, the on-air sign is separate. I ordered that off of Amazon, I believe. And all of these signs, like most of this artwork I've gotten from Hobby Lobby, the Let's Go, the Game Room, and there's an Atari one. Actually, the Atari one came from Amazon. But all of these LED pieces of artwork are on what are known as dimmer switches. I'll pull up the if I can find the dimmer switches here. I guess not. Let's see. There we go. Now, these dimmer switch, there are two types of dimmer switches. One is for USB. This one is for the round 5.5 millimeter plug. This is the one I had to get for the Neon Chili Etsy quarterdeck arcade sign. So that's the only way I'm able to get a clear picture. If I had this on at full brightness, you guys would not be able to read the quarterdeck arcade established 2021. Right now, they're at their dimmest setting, just so it's legible on camera. So if you want to do that, and you do streaming, or maybe you join other streams, you're going to need an inline dimmer switch for it. There's another version of this. Here's the other version right here. So this is the USB version. So if your LED artwork is USB based, you can buy an inline dimmer switch, and they're very cheap. For two of these, you get them for $10. So thanks, Zero. I appreciate it. It's looking better. It looks empty, but now I've got a lot of room for VR if I want it. So. Yeah. I almost bought that Miss Pac-Man pub table, but I've got Miss Pac-Man in the class of '81, so. I have been called a vampire by many people. I cannot stand sunlight. So one would think I would be the first to jump on blackout curtains in the arcade. Oh, camera transition. There we go. All right. That's all I've got. We're almost at an hour here. I think that's short enough, and I'm rambling. So I just wanted to catch up you guys with where I'm going and what I've been doing. I hope to have something here in the near future to do on stream. As you guys know, when I build stuff, I like to do it live. I don't like to. It's a lot of work creating videos. I put a lot of work into that T2 video, T2 Space Invaders conversion video, and it took forever for me to get that video out. And it's not because I'm not technically adept at it. It's I have no artistic style. So, making videos does require some skill set when it comes to putting things together. And technically I can do it. It's just time consuming, and some of the choices I make you might not agree with. I'm thinking about selling it. I'm not 100% there yet. I'm like 80% there. I took pictures of it this morning, so you might see it pop up on Marketplace. So I haven't decided on a final price, but whenever I've sold something on Marketplace, I've never charged an arm and a leg for my Arcade 1-Up cabinets. I always try to get back a little bit out what I paid, and that's it. I never try to take advantage of folks and try to take advantage of the fact that they're not available anywhere else. It'll definitely be my cost, plus maybe a few extra bucks. It depends. I was one of the lucky ones that got the $150 Killer Instinct deal, and I let that go for $150. I sold it for 150. So I didn't. I could have doubled it, and said I'd want 300 for it, but that's just not me. I'm not that. I don't need a buck. So all I care about is that they're going to happy homes. Well, I bought the centipede that you see behind me. That's Cornercade. I bought his centipede, and he actually autographed it for me. Yeah, on the back panel, it says the Cornercade. So I wanted to get Mrs. Cornercade's autograph too, but she wasn't home. So, so that centipede is his. I've since modified it quite a bit. It's got a whole new monitor in it. Actually fixes the orientation. The 19-inch monitor replacement that Buy Stuff sells actually fixed the orientation of that game in that cabinet. And yeah. Cool beans, man. Cool beans. That's what my brother used to say. All right, folks. Well, guess what? I'm going to let you guys go. Sorry, Stock Jock, you're going to have to get your chores done early. I got a little bit of chores to do. Hopefully, if the rain holds off, I might even be able to mow the grass. We'll see. But hopefully next weekend I'll have something to tinker with you guys. And what I'd like to do is ask you folks to have a safe week, a fun week. Play in your arcades, play your games, get your loved ones involved, have fun. And I'll see you next week, okay? Until next time, always remember, I got next.